Hey guys, thanks for joining me, and if you like what you see, please subscribe. Hello, welcome to Sharp Ends. Thanks for joining me on this weekend. I hope your Memorial Day weekend's going to be nice. I have a review for you of this CJRB PYRITE, and it's a budget knife, and I think I'll just go ahead and lead with the story here. It's a $50 knife, and is it any good? Well, I'm going to tell you all about it, but first I'd like you to go to Instagram and subscribe to my channel over there. I'd love that. And also like and subscribe this video. That would be awesome. Really helpful to me. So the CJRB, this is a budget brand, and I have to say that I personally really like it. It's the parent company is Artisan Cutlery, which makes phenomenal stuff, and it has a proprietary steel, which is RMP9, which is a powder it's CPM, that's powder metallurgy. Sorry, excuse me, it's really early in the morning. And it's a fine steel. It's easy to sharpen, stay sharp a while. It's mostly stain proof. It's very easy to care for. It came screaming sharp. They are really good at sending you sharp knives, CJRB. So that's really cool. This is a button lock, obviously. When the blade is out, the button is a little bit proud of the scale. But when it's in, it's almost flush, and it's still a little bit proud. This is steel rather than aluminum, so it's a little bit heavy. And one of the things I don't like about it is that its balance is like right around there. So its balance is right around there, which means it's a little bit butt heavy. But then again, we're talking about, I believe this is a 3.8 ounce knife. So it's not like it's a heavy knife. But with those, yeah, 3.7 ounces. So, but with the steel scales, obviously, it's going to weigh a little bit more. Where something like the Civivi Quivit has aluminum scales and is 2.9. It's almost an ounce less. So, but then again, you know, like when you're using a knife, it sometimes feels nice to have a nice amount of blade on you. It has this really nice choke up point. And for most cuts, it's not really going to matter if it's a little butt heavy to you. I mean, it's still a small knife, right? It has this really nice choke up point, gives you a full 4-finger grip, and it's generous. There's no way you're going to accidentally cut yourself on this blade. Holding it right-handed, there's no way that you're going to accidentally engage the button lock and unlock it. And as far as left-hand, if you're holding it left-handed, and it is a left-handed knife too, because it does have a cutout here for the clip to go on the other side. And as far as left-handed is concerned, there's no way of actually, on the choke-up point, of actually pushing it. The four-handed grip, I guess, maybe, even so, I don't think that in the hammer grip like this, I don't think that you're actually going to disengage the lock. But it's something to be wary of. It has this nice jimping on top, not too aggressive, just enough there so that when you do choke up, your thumb has a nice place to sit. And all these edges are rounded, so there's no real hot spot here. And here in the pinch point, or in the, you know, that it has this nice little grooves cut out here, which is really cool. Now, obviously, this is steel, and there's no texture to this. They do make several different versions of this. They make micarta, they make other things, and this is the $50 version, but for $74, I believe, at Knife Center, you can get one that has a titanium bolster and micarta on the backhand scale. So $25 more, you can get something that looks a little bit nicer. Action on this is great. It falls shut, and you'll notice that if I hold it and let it shut, it bounces, right? And now if I let it go, and let's see if I can do it, and I let go halfway down or something like that, the knife is open there, and you have to close it the rest of the way. Most button locks are like that. Some of the actions on some of them are better than others. On the ProTech Malibu, that's less likely to happen. But even then, on, you know, the most premium of premium button locks, it can happen. See, like that, right? But so, you know, that's just something to be to know, you know, that you have to hold it all the way down to make sure that it closes. The other cool thing about this button lock is that it's really easy to deploy this way. In fact, I have a friend that I lent this to and let him take it out, and that's mainly how he opens it, is he pushes the button and just deploys it like that. With the elongated slot here for flicking it open, you can kind of open, put your finger closer to the blade, and that gives you one kind of softer detent, and then have your finger farther down away from the pivot, and that gives you kind of a harder detent, if you were, or like, anyway, you can play around with it. It's pretty easy to dial it in. Very easy to open up with your thumb too, no problem. And then of course, if you're doing this left-handed, I don't know if I can do a thumb flick with my left hand, but if you're doing this left-handed, you're going to be using your index finger rather than your thumb to disengage the lock, which is fine. I don't see a problem with that. And you can still open it like that. It's just a different feeling. I don't think that if I was left-handed, it would really matter to me. I wonder, though, sometimes if truly left-handed people miss out on the experience of using their thumb for the button. There is, I think Brown Knives actually makes a really nice knife, and his button lock is actually on this side. So I don't know. I guess if you are left-handed and you wanted to experience that, so you could spend $900 and get a Brown knife, and then you could experience the button on the other side. I don't know if it's worth it though. But so let's get back to the subject at hand. This is $400. It has 2 spacers back here. The lockup is great. It's fairly easy to clean. The inside is milled, so this is steel, but you can see on the inside that they've tried to make it as light as possible by milling it out some. So, it is still, the proportions aren't necessarily great because this is a 3-inch blade and we're coming at 3.7 ounces. So, in general, those people who love proportions love it when the ounces and the blade length line up. So, those people aren't going to like that. But this is $50. So is this worth $50? Yes, I think it's worth $50. I think it's definitely an awesome blade, probably up there for Knife of the Year. I have 4 of them this year. It seems like the budget knife market is doing really great. We have this. We have the Sen Cut. So we have the Pyrite. We have the Sen Cut. We have the Echo, which I reviewed last week. And then we have the Sen Cut Serene. Did I name them all? So Sen Cut Serene, which isn't here, the Echo, the Quibbit, and the Pyrite are all 4, I think, very strong contenders for Knife of the Year. I very soon will actually do a comparison video of all 4 of them once I've got them all initially reviewed. But I like this knife. It's really good. I like the blade shape. It's very utilitarian. It's a great work knife. It's something that I wouldn't have a problem using on any kind of rehab or building or whatever. Just really great work knife. And since it's $50, I know that's kind of a lot of money. But since it's $50, if you're on a work site and you're using this rough or whatever, you're not really going to necessarily care if it gets a little bit of damage. It's probably going to be easy to fix. It's a button lock, and it's going to be easy to replace too, if you happen to lose it or someone steals it, or you happen to give it away because someone admires your knife. Overall aesthetics of this knife are fine. I like that like I said, the steel doesn't bother me. And also the steel's a good platform for doing other things to it. You can very easily anodize this yourself by using heat. And I think you get some cool colors out of it. Probably a nice bronze. That's something to look into. I think that's all I've got for you guys today. So the Pyrite, I think it's a great knife. $50, absolutely amazing. You can find a link for one in my description below. And if you liked what I said about this, let me know. If what is your favorite budget knife this year? If I missed anything big that people are talking about, if so, leave me a comment. I'd love to. This year, I'm trying to go ahead and review all of the budget knives that people seem to think are really good. So let me know about that. All right, guys, thanks so much. I will see you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.